You're sitting at the dinner table with your child or grandchild. You try to ask them about their day, but they don't look up. Their eyes are glued to a smartphone, their mind a million miles away in a digital world you can't enter. This feeling of disconnect, this quiet battle for a child's attention, is the defining struggle for every modern parent. But what if there was a community that never has this problem? A community that has built a 500-year-old fortress around its children, not with walls of stone, but with walls of tradition. This is the story of how the Hutterites raised the next generation. Welcome to the Colony Legacy. I'm your guide as we look closely at a way of raising children built around community, faith, and craft. Over the next several minutes, we'll explore 4 pillars of Hutterite child rearing and what they might teach us about belonging, purpose, and resilience. This is not folklore. It's a living tradition practiced in colonies across North America for centuries. Let's begin with childhood itself. How a child grows up inside a community, not just a home. Throughout this film, we'll keep a respectful, curious eye, and we'll return to what it means for a young person to choose this path. For more stories like this, subscribe to The Colony Legacy as we explore life on the margins and the lessons within them. In a Hutterite colony, child rearing is a community project. The idea is simple. Many adults, many eyes, one shared responsibility. Young children spend much of their day in a communal nursery where trained caregivers nurture them alongside parents. This creates a dense social environment. Kids learn manners, language, and rhythm from dozens of role models. Meals, chores, and play are communal. Responsibility is distributed. Children see work as a social act, not an individual burden. Formal early education often happens in what residents call the German school. Early instruction in language, scripture, and values. Language instruction preserves heritage. Faith instruction situates moral lessons within daily life, not as abstraction but as habit. This early immersion builds a shared identity. Children grow up speaking, worshiping, and celebrating together. Traditions are reinforced through festivals, music, and routines, a communal education of the heart as much as the mind. For many outsiders, this communal childhood looks foreign. But for residents, it creates belonging and mutual accountability that shapes adulthood. Hutterite colonies purposely limit exposure to mainstream media. Television, social media, and internet access are tightly controlled or absent. Rules vary by colony, but the effect is similar. Children are shielded from pop culture narratives that conflict with communal values. Technology exists but is framed. Tools for work and limited communication, not a primary window to the world. Decisions about outside influences are communal and deliberative. Elders and leaders weigh risks and benefits for the next generation. By substituting screen time with shared crafts and outdoor labor, the colony builds skills, attention spans, and intergenerational bonds. Protection isn't just prohibition. It's about offering compelling alternatives that draw a child's curiosity inward, towards people and place. This wall is cultural more than physical. It channels attention into shared work and worship rather than screens. On the Colony Legacy, we often ask, what do we lose when children grow up atomized and online? The Hutterite answer is simple. They invest attention in community, and that investment has consequences for identity and resilience. Education in many colonies emphasizes apprenticeship, learning a trade through hands-on work rather than pursuing distant college degrees. From farming to metalwork, young people earn skills that sustain the community and offer purposeful roles as adults. Mentorship is relational. Knowledge transfers through repetition, correction, and quiet demonstration. Work confers dignity. Skills connect young people to a tangible outcome. Food on the table, income for the colony, and a recognized social role. There are informal rights, a tool passed, a farm plot entrusted, that mark progression from learner to contributor. Economic pragmatism shapes choices. College is rarely the default because the colony's structure offers a meaningful, secure vocation. As we continue on the Colony Legacy, think about how our society values credentials over craft and what might be gained by revaluing hands-on learning. Perhaps the most pivotal moment for a Hutterite youth is the decision to be baptized as an adult, a public, lifelong commitment to the community and its faith. This ceremony is not a formality. It marks conscious consent, a young person deliberately choosing the community's way of life. Acceptance follows acceptance. The community affirms the individual, and the individual affirms the community, a reciprocal bond that shapes adult identity. From an analytical view, this ceremony functions as a boundary marker. It separates childhood experimentation from adult commitment. Communal childhood, cultural boundaries, apprenticeship, and conscious commitment. Together, they create a life cycle that sustains the colony. For many Americans, especially those who value tradition and family, there is a magnetic logic here, a trade-off between autonomy and belonging. If you've enjoyed this closer look at Hutterite life, remember to explore more stories on the colony legacy, where we examine how communities shape the people within them. To continue, watch our previous video, The 500-Year Pantry, Hutterite Secrets to Food Security. It's a practical companion to what you've seen today. We'd love your thoughts. What values from a Hutterite upbringing do you find most surprising or worth learning from? Please share in the comments below.